good Tuesday morning to you. It's February 4, 2020, a Tuesday. I had planned to do a couple of different segments for today, but I changed my mind a couple of times. Before I get to what I want to talk to you about today, it is important to note that the President of the United States will be speaking before the American people tonight. If those of you are interested in watching his address, we have a mess in Iowa because that Iowa caucus had problems trying to figure out who won last night. And we have a number of other items that are still pressing on our minds today, including the coronavirus in China, which is turning out to be a global epidemic. It's affected us here in the United States. We have cases here, and you should be careful when you're going out. It can be spread from person to person, and it is serious. So I hope you have a good day. The other items I wanted to talk to you about, I'm going to save. They deal with civility in Washington, how women journalists are treated, especially in the State Department by Pompeo. But I'm going to hold on to those because I want to go back and talk about something that happened yesterday in Los Angeles. They began removing the items from the Makeshift memorial at the Staples Center, where fans had come to pay their respects for Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi. So as I said, the cleanup began yesterday. There were many items that were left there. And you probably wonder, well, what happens to these makeshift sites and what do they do with all the things that are left there? Well, actually, the Los Angeles Times did a story, and they shared that they had boxed up 1,353 basketballs dedicated to Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gigi, who had died along the 7 others on January 26th when their helicopter crashed into a hillside in Calabasas. But what we didn't know was that last week, Vanessa, Kobe Bryant's widow, had asked that some of the items be preserved for the family. And I thought that was so thoughtful. And so here they're going to take the flowers, and those are all going to be composted and spread around the plants in the stadium in the LA area. So all those plants won't go to waste. They had so many items. They had shoes, stuffed animals, as I mentioned, the basketballs, the flowers. They had cards, letters, T-shirts, and art. So all of those are being cataloged and they're going to be preserved. And I find that to be so refreshing. It will probably help, I don't know, Vanessa and her family and the other families heal having these items. So all those people that went out there, you're going to actually have touched the people that are affected. Even though we are affected personally, when it's your spouse, your father, your sister, your wife that you've lost, that's something that, it never returns to normalcy. Your life is never normal again, is what I'm trying to say. Even though the Staples Center and they want Los Angeles to get back to normal, and life does go on. I understand that. But for Vanessa and her daughters and for the families of the other victims, no, your life is never the same. If you still need to pay your respects, it's okay to go down there, but try not to leave items because they have other events that are going on and they need to clear the space for. There's two things that you can keep in mind: that you can donate to the mambasportsfoundation.org or mambaon3.org. Make it a great day. I try to bring you positive, things to think about. There's so much negativity out there. Try not to get stuck in the things that are not going to serve you well, that there's always a choice that you make that you can delete, turn off, switch, anything that is not positive. It's hard. I know our brain gets stuck in these neural pathways and we always just tend to go back to these, it's just too easy to fall back into our habits. But really, it's not that hard. Just be mindful. Keep in mind that you have a choice. You don't have to listen to anything negative. Be positive.